there's this one specific video. This one video that I would play all the time. And now I can't find it. Oh no. Oh no. Play this.
I chose Wix for my business because of its massive scope for functionality and free.
Silence. Is my AC being picked up? I don't know. Is my AC in the back? I don't. Ah! Sorry, I was way louder than the computer. Greetings. Work? What work? Bean, you're unemployed. Excuse me. I have. Excusez-moi. I have things to write. That's what my work is. My lore. And that's also because there's somebody who submitted a form, Q&A. Can you guys hear my AC in the back? Just wondering. Somebody submitted a form for the Q&A. But they completely blank. So I don't know if that was a mistake, but it happens. So I'm just saying. Yeah, I turned it off, but I'm sweating my balls off over here. Sorry, you're gonna have to deal with that for a little bit until it turns itself off. But somebody submitted the Q&A form completely blank, and I don't know if that was a mistake. But also, people, I don't know if it's a thing with my Google, but I'm getting like double of OC submissions. Not like things where they forgot, so they added another submission, but just submissions of the same form, like twice. And I don't know if that's just my Google. Maybe, it might be. But I've also seen people saying that they have to go in and submit another form because they forgot to answer some of the questions, which is completely fine. All I have to do is go back in and match that form with whatever other form is in there. You guys don't need to give. Look, I appreciate people giving their lore dumps. I love reading them, but you don't need to give them, okay? I was mainly just looking for, like, what is their personality? Because these drawings that I'm gonna do, I'm not doing them now. These drawings that I'm doing are really just quick, not quick doodles, but like quick interaction things. So I don't need their full backstory, but it's cool. I do read them, by the way. I haven't gotten to all of them. I'm kind of like waiting off to like neck back until like a day or so just to see how many I have, because the deadline is May 8th. But if I have to extend it or if I have to shorten it, really, either way. There are also some people who are submitting them, but they aren't ask for your socials. They don't put what their actual social name is. They just put TikTok or YouTube or nothing. So I might not be able to choose them because they don't have their credentials there. So if you're one of those people, I'm super sorry. How I plan to do it, I don't know how many I'm gonna do just yet. I know that the way I'm gonna pick is I'm using a wheel, because it's more fun that way if it's random like that. Because I know that some of my friends put their OCs in there too. I know you're in there. I know you're in there. But it's also fair that way. So if I spin a wheel of numbers and then I choose whatever number it lands on, and that's the person that I'm gonna draw. I don't know how many I'm gonna do. It depends on how many submissions I get. I'm close to 100. just on the first day alone, which I was not expecting. And if you're worried that I don't pick you, don't worry. I plan to do this again in the future. Because a video like this is something I've been wanting to do for like years, but I never knew how to do it. But now that I have, like, but now that I remember that Google Forms exist, I can do it now. It's the easiest way for me to keep track of everyone's OCs without people having to tag me in a bunch of stuff. Which also sucks because YouTube doesn't, like, notify me of when I'm tagged in things right away. Usually it waits like 2-3 days. So that kind of sucks. Also, cat. The other cat is over there eating food. I mean, my OC list is well within the hundreds. I have at least over 100 OCs at this point. Not all of them are lore important. Some of them just exist. And that's fine. I don't need every character of mine to be important to the lore. But I was debating on whether or not I wanted to answer some of the questions that I got because I'm gonna answer them again, like, in the video anyway. So I was wondering if I was going to read some of the questions that I got on here, but I decided no, I'm gonna wait for that. Thank you. I'm sorry if you can AC in the back. I'm sweating balls. Well, an OC doesn't need to be lore related. It can just exist. That's the thing. When I was first like writing stuff, I thought that every single OC of mine had to be lore related. But no, it doesn't have to be. Also because sometimes you make characters that you just like, but don't really have any use for, so they're just there. I am still tempted to answer some of these questions. Not like anybody's like forcing me to, but I got the link for Q&A form is also in the same place. The OC submission form link which is in the short. You know what? I'm gonna answer some of the questions that I got because some of y'all are funny. Some of you guys are funny. Like your guys' OC descriptions too. Like y'all are funny. Y'all are so funny. I love you guys. You know what? Let me turn off the OC. Not the. Let me turn off the AC in the background. So you guys can hear me better. Also, for people wondering, these aren't real tattoos. I had somebody say, "Oh, nice tattoos," and I'm like, "Thank you." They're temporary tattoos. These aren't the same kind of tattoos you get in the gumball machines. These are different. People actually do them for you. I chose to do mine myself because I didn't want people placing it on me in public. Also, I'm gonna tell you, when I was placing this tattoo, like right here, I was giggling like a schoolgirl doing it. I was like, "Ooh, spicy." Anyway, I'm gonna answer some of these questions. And I'm probably gonna answer them again in the long form video, because I'm doing the OC submissions Q&A together, because you can have the speed paints in the background while I yap about stuff. So I'm gonna answer some of these questions. Somebody did earlier. Somebody entered a form that was completely blank. Don't know if that was a mistake, but you know, the Q&A stuff is also open to 8th, so you can ask me questions there. Hello. Anyway, I'm going. And also, it seems like some of these questions towards me, which I don't mind, but it is kind of funny. Because people tend to ask those questions in the wrong section, but that's okay. Let me ask you guys, do you guys want to hear, like, the lore questions first, or just, like, the OC questions? I want to know what you guys are more interested in. Playing Hyrule Warriors, Age of Calamity, peak. Do you guys want, lore questions or OC questions? I'm just wondering. So I know what to read first. Some of you guys are funny. Peek. Hello! Hello, how are you? How are you? Also, letting you guys know that I'm playing the same not lo-fi. I'm playing It's Somewhere Else, the 10-hour version. So you're just gonna be hearing that over and over. Okay. I'm gonna read some of the OC questions I got from you guys. It's still open. You guys can submit more than one form, by the way. I don't mind if you do more than one. Even the OC submission ones, you can do more than one. It just lowers your chances of getting... Well, it doesn't lower your chances of getting picked, but I try to do one OC per person. I am under the water. Please help me. No. Okay, so here's some OC questions I got. This isn't an OC question. I think this is a question for me. Somebody said, what's your favorite dinosaur? Not me looking it up to make sure I'm correct. I like... Does it count as a dinosaur, though? Does a Anomalous count as a dinosaur? It's technically not a dinosaur. But if not, I like the Stegosaurus. If you're wondering, it's this guy. With the big spines on his back. Those tattoos, they're temporary tattoos. You put them on, like, I can't get a real one yet, but these are temporary. Personally, my favorite predator is the Anomalocaris, but if that doesn't count the Stegosaurus geek, it do be peak. One of the first dinosaurs I ever learned about. Little kid's favorite thing to do as a pastime, and does she prefer coffee or tea? Wish I could show you guys photos as I talk about my OCs. I could grab my sketchbook, but then I have to rummage like 50 sketchbooks. And I know which ones are old and I don't know which ones aren't. Actually, I have a sketchbook right here. I have a sketchbook right here. I do have a sketch of Lil Kit. It's not what she usually looks like, but then again, my OCs wear anything. I don't know. These aren't real tattoos, these are temporary ones. I do plan to get a real tattoo, though. So what is Little Kit's favorite thing to do as a pastime, and does she prefer coffee or tea? So this is Kit. This is Little Kit. This is not her, her normal outfit is like a pink dress and bow, but this was a redraw of an old sketch that I did. Oh no, that's fine. When people say how real they are, I'm like, yeah, that's the point. They're supposed to look real. These aren't the average, like, gumball temporary tattoos you get in machines. The child. Actually, she's 23. So Kit doesn't like coffee or tea. She can't have coffee. Because the caffeine. Caffeine hurts her. Too much caffeine hurts her. But just not too much. So she can't have coffee. She doesn't like coffee. She doesn't like tea either. You know what else she doesn't like? She doesn't like milk. She hates milk. She likes chocolate milk, but not normal milk. She, no wonder, and yet this woman is 5'11". Jesus Christ. Kit's favorite thing to do as a pastime. She has children. But she has 2 partners, so they take turns looking after the children. She's in a polyamorous relationship, if you were wondering. Her pastime, she likes to collect Hello Kitty figures, but not the normal kind of Hello Kitty figures. She likes to collect buff Hello Kitty figures, the ripped Hello Kitty merch, because it's funny like that. She also polyamorous, where she has where somebody is in a ship with more than one person. She also has a very long history in dance. That's why she's so flexible. She doesn't dance as much anymore, but the way she fights is kind of like dancing. Hey, if she's not gonna dance, she might as well use her dancing ability. And then if it's not that, looks like a war criminal. She is a war criminal, technically. And if she's not doing either of those things, she likes to mess around with people. She likes to hide in like trash cans and like scare people, and like bung out and be like, "Rah!" And she likes to mess with her family, because she's like that. All I know about people beyond straight and gay are from my friends who were like that. Yeah, I'm asexual, aromantic, agender, also bisexual. So I'm a AAA battery. My characters are of varying sexualities, from straight to gay to pan to, just demi, all that. Because why not? The Geneva Conventions are a checklist to him. Kit, here's the interesting thing about Kit. So Kit's original design is a pink dress and like a pink bow, so she's very cutesy, very, very pretty, and she likes pink. So people confuse that for like being innocent and childlike, but I posted earlier voice claims for her and her sisters. And no, my lives tend to be glitchy because I live in a family house with multiple people using the Wi-Fi at the same time. So my audio and my lives tend to ping. So sorry about that. That's why I hope to get a computer one day that isn't an old Chromebook, so that I can lives on there and it won't be as glitchy, hopefully. But people pretty in pink for being completely like innocent and childlike, and because the way I draw her face is like 2 green dots, it looked like but when you see her in lore and how she acts with other characters, she's a bitch. She's very much an adult. She canonically has ASPD. She's autistic. She has dystonia. Which is dystonia is like when your muscles like cramp up, and I don't have dystonia, but I have SPD, which is sensory processing disorder, and sometimes my body is like very uncomfortable. So sometimes my arms will do this, or it'll lock in like this. That's what dystonia is kind of like. I don't have dystonia. Kit canonically has ASPD, antisocial personality disorder, And people are caught off guard by that because expected her to be like all cakes and rainbows and unicorns. And yet, funnily enough, she is the most approachable and arguably has more healthy relationships than the rest of her sisters. People also assume that because Kit has ASPD that she's like a horrible, terrible person. She isn't. She's just very closed off. And those things is just questionable. But she's not a murderer like around doing bad things. The perception that media has on mental health is just terrible. You know, that's what it is. But I've blabbed about Kit for too long. Hello. If I'm glitching, I'm sorry. I share a house with multiple people, so multiple people are using the Wi-Fi. So my lives tend to be very laggy. Schizo is not a good word. Please don't use that word here. Schizo is it's not a good word. Don't use it. It's an ableist term. Anyway. You don't have to put it that way. You could just hear, sometimes I hear things that don't exist. 2:45, right? Or you could just say, still get the same point across. I don't know yet. That depends on how much, that depends, if you know it's bad, then don't use it. It depends on how many, submissions you get by the time May 8th comes around. Which will determine how long the video will probably be. That's another thing too, is when I was looking in the OC submissions. So far, I haven't checked all of them. When I was checking the OC submission and your guys' like, you know, character descriptions, I tend to avoid OCs that to avoid OCs when I feel uncomfortable, not because of the OC itself, but because of like sometimes they'll have stereotypes in there that I'm not comfortable, like with the whole DID and having an alter that is a murderer. Like I'm not a fan of that. You can have that, by the way. I'm not trying to police these. It's just might be good to steer clear of stuff like that because it's no good. Well, they don't need like lore drops. They just I ask for them because I want to know what OC I can pair them with for like the best vibes, you know. But yeah, just letting you guys. Why do they like their hobbies? Like why do my OCs like their hobbies? Well, if they didn't like them, they wouldn't be hobbies. So, currently drawing submission. Yay! I'm happy so many people participated. It's surprising, honestly. If I wanna, I mean, if they didn't like it, they wouldn't be hobbies. But, you know, you need to find a way to pass the time somehow. Do any of the kids' hobbies or favorite colors? I'm assuming you're talking about Grin and Julie and their family, because most people know me from that. Or you could be talking about some of my other OCs. So I'm gonna do both. So Scribble, he's a little prankster. He likes to play tiny harmless pranks on people, which is mostly just hiding and popping up to scare them, because he can do that. He can hide in shadows. Hey, I made some of my OCs just based off of Monster Girl Maker. So, whatever, or The Sims. whatever works. um, and he likes to, he kind of just likes to sit there and listen to people. He's very much a listener, not very much a talker. He doesn't talk. Waxel, on the other hand, she doesn't really partake in, also Scribble doesn't have a favorite color. She doesn't really participate in anything that the family does. She kind of just does her own thing, which is usually listening to music, and she likes to play the guitar. Her favorite color is blue, because she's blue. I'm blue, double die. I like clowns and clowncore. I can't dress clowncore because I don't have. I'm not coordinated enough for that, but I like clowns. I'm also gonna talk about. Actually, I can just pull up my Discord because my ref sheets are there. I'm also going to talk about my main group of protagonists. Who are mostly teens. Only 2 of them are adults. The group. My main protagonist, Funhouse, she's 16. When the story's. But by the time where the story is right now, by the time it gets there where the story is now, she's in her like late 30s. Also, bye. Wow, you guys have school? I don't have school. I graduated like years ago. Hang on. I am pulling up. I'm pulling up my ref sheets. I'm pulling up the. It's not nice. I've been unemployed for a few years. I'm pulling up the receipts. The receipts. So I'm gonna shorten these questions, by the way, so I don't yap for too long. It actually says what some of their hobbies are. Their ref sheets in the because I also posted a voice claim. Jesus, my mom opened the door too aggressively. In the OC voice claim video for these guys too. So Funhouse, her real name is Emmett. Funhouse is a stage name that she uses because she was part of a circus, not for very long. She was very young when she was accidentally kidnapped by Barbie, who is her mother figure. So aside from like circus stuff, she likes to sing. She likes ducks. She likes ducks. And she often in her pastime, she likes to go outside and see how many snails she can find, because where they live next to like a forest area and it's very damp there. So she likes to collect snails and see how many she can find because she likes the little critters. And then there's my guy Cameron. He is a vampire. Vampire demon hybrid. He's 15, but he looks a lot older. And that's actually like a running gag in the story because he's so stressed out all the time that characters often mistake him for being older than he actually is. He doesn't act like he's 15. But he likes to go to the, ironically enough, considering he's a vampire. He likes to create like waist beads and chains and write poetry. He likes I'm going to put this so hard. He likes a quilt cloth. That's how you say it. And he's often the one who makes reading sheets for Funhouse and his friend Morgan. Funhouse has dyslexia, and Morgan has ADHD, so he often takes time to make reading sheets for them so that they can get better, which tells you a lot about him. He's grumpy all the time, but he's good at heart. I've just gone on a whole lore rant about my characters. I mean, it still relates to the question, but there's just a lot more characters. Then there's Morgan. He's a cat. He's a cat hybrid. He likes to mess with people. He likes to glue googly eyes to everything, and just like that. His cat fangs are also retractable, so if you don't see his fangs, Morgan is 14, so I don't know. Morgan's 14. He wears a necklace. That necklace he wears is lore important. He keeps it on all the time, even after he doesn't need to because it's just habit. But that necklace is very lore important. He also has 2 moms. His moms are lesbians, if you were wondering. Then you have Mabel, who, aside from Funhouse, is the only other human of the group. This is what Mabel looks like. Yee. If only my computer screen was better. She likes Legos, likes tennis. She likes to collect old CDs. She has a pet bird. Her pet bird is named, Salad, by the way. She named her pet bird Salad because he's green. Anyway, you know what? I'm gonna stop there. I'm not gonna give all because I want to move on to the other questions. This question confuses me a little bit. Somebody asked, do they have knowledge of their own anatomy? And I'm not sure if that meant, like, do they know how their own body functions or, like, things like that. But I assume that they do. At least most of it. The anatomy of my characters vary very greatly, especially depending on whether or not I decide to add like actual animal biology into it, depending on what my characters are based off of. So does Little Kit eat? If they do, how do they eat without a mouth? They have a mouth. I just don't draw it. Just like how Catherine has a mouth. I just don't draw it. I draw them that way specifically. Is an artistic choice. So yes, she eats. She has to, or else she dies. Can Grin be a good basketball player? If not, can he do other sports? If he has the brain capacity to do it. This is the same man who would burn water. So no. Grin wouldn't be good at sports, period. Those are the OC questions I've got so far. So I'm just gonna move on to headcanons. I'm gonna move on to headcanons just to see what people said. And I headcanon that Grin once tried to cook pancakes for his family for breakfast and maybe accidentally put salt instead of sugar. That's not a headcanon, that's just canon. That's absolutely happened. And Jay let him know. She probably threw the pancake at his face and told him he did it wrong. Look, being an eldritch being with like, limited brain capacity is hard, okay? It's not easy. Scribble knows sign language. He doesn't. He doesn't know sign language. But he can read sign language, if you get what I mean. You know how some people can understand languages, but they can't speak it? That's what it is. He can understand sign language, but he can't do sign language himself. I can imagine that using light mode in any sort of social media app for Grin would probably be extremely deadly for him. like the equivalent of playing Russian roulette but with a phone. No, if he wakes up to a bright phone screen, he's not gonna die or anything. In fact, he'd probably stare at the screen. He'd probably hold the phone to his face like this, if that's what it was. Grin has a friend group, but they don't talk to each other anymore, since Grin is busy with his wife and his kids. No, he does. Jay doesn't control his life or anything. Jay could care less if he went out days and came back. That's just the kind of person that Grin is. Grin, it's more so Jaylee is busy, taking care of Grin than Grin is of other people. I'm like a kitchen show. Also, Grin is a freak confirmed. Of course it is. People are like, oh, Jaylee's back must be aching after all that. And I go, no, it's Grin whose back is aching after all that. Grin is usually on the receiving end. Plot twist. Grin is the one arching his back. Not Jay. Jay very rarely is arching her back for anybody. Excuse me. Also, no problem. Most of my characters are freaks. Hang on. Sorry. Okay, I'm gonna move on to world building questions. So how long does Grin last? Depends on his mood. Sometimes he's like a quick shot. Other times he just lasts forever and he's not fucking giving a so it depends. Also, do what you want with this information, but I do in fact canonically have canonical inch sizes and sex facts for all characters. So, there's that. It's not even lore. It's not even written. It's just there. World building questions. Probably a little bit obvious, but does Jay bring God? No. Which is funny, because Jay, your husband, is like an eldritch shadow parasite that feeds on emotions. But you don't God. Well, when it comes to my world, because the supernatural in my world is as common as a blade of grass, so what people consider to be God status is different. You'll find gods worshipping others, and some gods don't even meet the qualification to have followings because of certain things. So, I mean, personal philosophy also plays into it, right? Jay is very cynical. She doesn't God. She believes in the supernatural, but not in God. There's some lore for you. Can Grin shapeshift? Yes. That hat you see is not a hat that he wears. He just his head to make it look like he's wearing a hat and a coat. For the vibes, obviously. If he can shapeshift, might as well look cool. Why are Carla? Someone said Clara, but I'm pretty sure you meant Carla. Why are Carla's fully green? They're talking about her eyes. So Carla, one of the sisters, her eyes are completely green. They're big and they're green. It's not the same as Kit. Really, no real reason. It's just a way for you guys to tell the sisters apart. Because they look similar, they're quadruplets, but they have enough differences to them where you can tell them apart easier. Unless I choose to draw them the same way. So there is no real lore to that. But she is partially blind, though. I mean, there is some, what is the word? What is the word? I forgot what the word is. Ah! What is it? What is the war? The war? What is the lore? Not the lore, the word. What is the word? What is the word? I don't remember what the word is. But there's significance to it, but it's not important, really. Can Grin use depressed people as batteries? Why do you think he fell in love with Jaylee in the first? He fell in love with how depressed she was. So, symbolism! That's the word. The word is symbolism. There's symbolism to it, but it's not symbolism, so it's not, you don't need to know or figure it out to know the story. Grin is one of the tamest OCs I have. I have far freakier OCs. History of those who came before them. Am I still here? There was a thing that popped up on my screen. Okay. I don't know who they're talking about, so I'm not gonna answer that right now. If I figure it out, I'll probably answer it. There were those little axolotl-like creatures that I remember seeing in one of your videos. Yeah, I made, I do a lot of speculative biology stuff for my world building. I don't know if I could pull it up now, because it's on my phone, not my computer. I can't find it, but I made, creatures that were a mix between a moth, an axolotl, and an octopus. So there's that. I forgot what they're called, but I'll check later. Is there magic in your world thingy? Who knows? Eldritch beings exist, but who knows? Who knows if magicians exist? What are the faiths of your world? Are they modified versions of ones today? Are there any nations? What are they like? I do have religions. Sorry. I do have religions. Some of them, I'm still working on. There's only 2 that I've, like, completed. Because that's hard. They're not, like, modified versions of any, like, existing religions, but there's inspirations. None that I could list off the top of my head. Sometimes I just make this shit up on the fly. So, subconsciously, there's, probably a lot of, you know, fuck, I'm forgetting. There's probably a lot of, like, references, but I will because I don't pay attention. Nations, I haven't really gotten to that. I've kind of just, it's more like this is the forest part of the world and this is the angel of the world. So I haven't gotten there yet, but I hope to. There are also some places where the supernatural is not as well known, or some places where the supernatural isn't even known to exist. But I haven't gotten there, like, in writing yet, so. The world is big. I remember I have an OC that is a cultist that turns into an angel with dark wings if they die, so I guess revived. They like, so, like, they die, and then when they die, they turn into, like, an angel with dark wings. Is that what it is? Sorry, let me turn my AC back on. I'm sweating my balls off over here. Ugh. Ugh. I'm sweating. I'm sweating off my dingles. Elaborate. Kofi, what do you mean? I'm a little confused by that. Oh no, I'm like this every day. Like almost all the time. My body is just very sensitive to temperature. If I turn the AC on, it's too cold. If I turn it off, it's too hot. You mean like in my world building? And by people, do you mean like my character? You're talking about like people. I mean, yeah, racism and speciesism exists even between the main characters. It's just a lot more subtle. Because everyone has those assumptions in their brain. It's not something you can help. Assumptions just happen. But it's more a lot internalized. So, and how genetics work in my world, two people could be the same exact species but look completely different. Because that's how random the genetics in my world are. Like how some people have two sets of ears. Like my character Morgan, he has cat ears, and he has like human-ish ears. His cat ears don't really work. So sometimes people will be born with things that could work, but they don't. You know, it's a whole Punnett situation. Breaking out the Punnett square. There is, there are also characters who are, I have a character who's racist towards herself, due to a lot of trauma, you know, ableism, all that stuff, all that good writing material. I've reached about, I the last time I checked, the amount of submissions I have for the OC stuff is in the 90s. So it's a lot. Well, yeah, my world is just Earth, but with supernatural in it. So some of my characters are literally parasites. So one of my characters literally fights people by throwing up on them. So I'd say yes. She literally dehydrates herself. Yeah, my lives are very glitchy. They're not very good quality. I can't really fix that. That's why I hope to get a computer so that I can run lives on there and it'll be a lot smoother. Because there's 8 people in this house. There's 8 people in this house. No, she just vomits. She vomits, and she can vomit parasites. She can only eat specific parasites. It gets really gross. It gets gross. I'm reading, sorry. There's people who are into farts. So, it's not surprising. I hate English and it's really my only language. I don't understand how people can find that stuff sexy. That's gross. Don't kink shame. I will kink shame you. I will. What the fuck? You know what's funny? I'm Chinese, and I took Chinese in high school, and I failed. And yet, I can speak my own fictional language. How is it I can't speak a real world language, but I can speak my own fictional language better than how? Do you care if I what OCs for a video game? Like used OCs for a video game? Or from a video game? If you're asking about the OC submissions, I prefer, like, it's okay, like, fandom OC, good. Gotcha, great. TF2, love it. Um, um, so, it's, as long as it's your OC. You can't just take a Pokemon or something and throw it in there, like, draw this. I'd rather it be, like, somebody's own original OC from a fandom or from whatever. Well, yeah, I made it, but if you listen to it, it's not exactly the smoothest language there is. Actually, I don't know if some of you have seen it, so I'm going to play it for you. Hang on, I'm grabbing it. I'm grabbing the. I did a improv video with a friend of mine, and I drew it. Let me turn off the AC again so you can hear it clearly. Gotta stand up and then sit down. It is, if you guys want to watch it later. The video I'm gonna play, it's called Binky Needs Wifely Cuddles. It's this one. And it's a improv that me and my friend did of our characters. So, give me a second. It's giving me an ad.
It's free when you sign up for Uber One for students.
Get 4 weeks free. Shut up, ad. I don't want your Uber. What is the blue blob behind you? What blue blob? Blue blob? You mean this? Or this? What blue blob? What blue blob are we talking? There's no blue blob. I have to keep explaining this. My streams are always laggy because I live with 8 people in the house, so everyone's using the Wi-Fi at the same time. I want to save up for a computer so I can use that and stream on that, and it'll be smoother. So, last time I'm gonna explain that because. What do you mean yes? I'm going to play it. I wish my screen was better. All right, class. The one with the gold crown. It's a frog. He's green. He's green. All right, class. This is what we're watching today. This is. If I turn up the brightness, can you see it better? All right, class. This is what we're watching today. Pay close attention. I'm gonna turn it up. Can you guys hear it?
Oh, shit. Oh, hey, Drowsy. How you doing, my tall and fluffy baby girl? Listen, I know you've been sleepy for the past few days.
What about eating my valor? Or in look my page? Okay. For Ivina? Drowsy.
Hell yeah.
Ilo. Posh fe ilo. No for Ivo? For Ivilo posh fe ilo. Na for e karivsh. Posh na for e veknofo. Na valo meva.
And I understand that you need a beauty rest doll. But, well, I've been in dire need of cuddles. You mind if I wedge in there with you?
Kichi for Ive Pinky. Kavna?
Trust me, I need to sleep myself. And it's agony.
My last we may end. Vai.
Alright, class, what did we learn? It's one of, I have 4 languages. You guys can watch it later if you want. It's on my YouTube called Binky Cuddles. It's one of my 4 languages. This is the only one I've ever been able to speak. It's the forest language. If you were wondering. Because somebody said, what in the enchantment table is that? I actually based it off of, have you guys ever seen, well, because writing the languages isn't the hard part for me. It's, figuring out how to speak them. Actually, the forest language I made off of some random scribbles I did in like 30 minutes. We learned that size doesn't matter. Have you guys ever, so, I don't really have much inspiration, but have you guys ever seen that movie, The Fifth Element? Have you guys ever seen that movie, The Fifth Element? Let me look it up so you guys know what I'm talking about. Hang on. The Fifth Element movie. If you guys have ever seen... Hang on, God damn it, load faster! Load faster, year. If you guys have ever seen this movie, The Fifth Element, the girl in this movie kind of speaks like that. That's where I got part of the inspiration for that. It was just in the back of my brain. I'm like, I remember from this one movie. But yeah. Well, also because 2 of the languages I made, I've been conjuring up since like late elementary, early middle school. So those languages have been around for a long while. Some people have given me complete OC backstories, but I'm mainly just asking for personality so that I can fit characters that match the vibe. So I can pair them good. And I've been working on those languages for years, but this is the only one I've ever been able to speak. So I'm also thinking about incorporating a sign language, but it's mostly just going to be normal English language, so American Sign Language. So a lot of people have been telling me, it's like, don't yourself over this now. Make sure you take a nap. And I go, I promise I am, because if I wasn't, I know you guys would scold me about it. I'm hydrating myself, I promise. Look. Proof. Proof I'm hydrating. I use my Sona as like an OC all the time. So. Let me go back to the lo-fi. As long as you made the character, it's completely fine. Jesus Christ. I also... Somebody asked how many indie shows have I watched. I don't really watch anything. I'm not a movie person, I'm not a show person, I'm not anything. So that's the reason why I'm not in that many fandoms, because I'm just... Shut up, Adobe! I'm just not really interested much. I know about things, though, because I keep track of it, but I don't really... Really? How could you tell? Some of my OCs started off as Undertale OCs. Lil Kit. So, Kitty is who he was originally based off of my Roblox avatar. all the way back in like 5th grade and middle school. She was one character, and her name was Kitty. And then over time, she split into multiple characters, which includes the Kit. So. What's your favorite I don't really like any of the AUs. I stick to the... well, I do like AUs. I just stick to the original because that's what I consume the most. I didn't watch that many cartoons either. Not because I couldn't. I just didn't care. Grin, we love Grin. Do you have plans for Grin in the new... No. Not really. That video was supposed to be a one-time thing. Grin is a character I made literally like a day before I made that video. Because I found an old drawing of like Waxel, and I was like, what would happen if I made characters with this? So, and in the grand scheme of things, Jaylee and Grin have like no real part in it. At the end of that video, where Grin is like talking to the possessed, to like my villain, that's not an actual interaction. That's something I did for fun because my friend gave me an improv quip that wasn't part of any script, so I wanted to use it. It's not canon though. I've never watched Transformers. I've only watched like one movie of it. Just throwing stuff in? Well, no, when I make characters, I make sure to incorporate them into the world, in a way that makes sense. Yes? What?
Can I shower with this thing?
You're gonna have to be really careful when you scrub, though.
Okay.
Or else
it's on
it'll...
my back. Can you check?
It's fine.
Okay.
It should be dry by now.
Okay. I'm just asking.
Yeah, what? When you scrub, be quick and don't like do this, or else it'll come off.
Okay.
Sorry about that. My sibling's asking about the tattoos. When you take a shower with these, the temporary ones, you don't want to scrub too hard, or else it's gonna come off. I don't throw in OCs carelessly. I always make sure to import them. In a way that makes sense. How about the figures? No, I've only watched like one Transformer movie, and I don't really remember anything from it. I don't collect stuff like that. The only thing I really collect, aside from like rocks and stuff and vintage stuff, is like Tokidoki Unicornos, which, let me show you. This is turned, I'm not even working anymore. Let me show you guys. My room is a mess. Sorry, but let me show you guys. This. I'm gonna turn the phone around real quick. Please do not mind that my room is a goddamn mess. Please don't make fun of me. I'm working on cleaning it. I just took out stuff yesterday. Let me show you. Let me... Move. Move. It's my cat. Let me show you guys my whole box full of just these Tokidokis. What the hell? Another question about Grin. Did he kill another Eldritch Being to gain territory to where him and his family live? No. No, he didn't. He didn't have to. OMG, it's a box. Yes, it's a box. With unicorns in it. It's not just unicornos, they just happen to be on the top. Everyone wants more of him? Yeah, well, they're not getting more of him. I've already moved on from him, so they can cry about it. Do I have any Do I have any tips on character? Well, that depends on what you want to do. Because most times I just do whatever I want, really. Unless I have a specific vision in mind. Then. It's not My Little Pony. I've never really watched My Little Pony. They are these. These. Did you know some of my OCs are based? Some of my OCs are based off of these. This is literally one of my main characters. I hate him because I made him in one day and he's the one that got popular compared to my lore that took me years to make. Nothing. So I do kind of have a grudge against him and Jay. But I don't hate him. I just find it a little annoying. Even though I know that that's how the internet works. Even though I know that's what would get attention because that's what people often look and like because it's some of the most popular content on YouTube. But it's still annoying. It's still annoying. Persona, do you mean the girl with the skull mask? I don't hate him. It's just annoying that that's how it is. Even though I know that's how it is. So I'm not surprised by it. This isn't the only kind of stuff I collect, by the way. It's just that my unicornos are blocking everything else underneath this. Like I have these, I have pins. Where the hell is your face? There it is. I have all this. All the gold stuff. And this bee. This one is one of my favorite ones. You know what else I have though? Walmart pins. You see Eldritch Beings all the time. I don't know what side of the internet you're on, but Eldritch Beings are one of the most common tropes in everything. I have old Walmart pins, old smiley face Walmart pins that they don't make anymore. I have them all. I even have a boot. Obviously not, because if you just type in Eldritch, there's like millions of results. I don't know where you've been looking, my guy. Yeah. Also, I guess room tour, I guess. Not really more. But because I'm showing stuff. Oh shit. Because I'm showing stuff, here is my wall of paintings that I could fit. I can't fit all of them. That is a private part up there. Not gonna look at that one. Look. Paintings. These are the ones I could fit. I have more over here that fit. And more in these boxes that I can't fit. I can't fit my paintings because I don't have enough. And I don't have enough wall space. Do I have any toys? Yeah. My room is a mess. There's clothes everywhere. They're all under here. And on my bed. There. But also I was talking about vintage stuff. Check this stuff out. This is usually the kind of stuff I get at like the swap meet. This is a Music Works. I'm not going to wind it up though. This was $5. This was also $5. This was like $13, $15. So, if you have a good flea market, you can get a bunch of shit there. I made that. Also, these dolls, they were like $10 each. I have the boxes. These are the boxes that the dolls came in. Oh, what just fell out? You can tell that they're dirty. These are Banana Alexander dolls. They're old as fuck. I also have a box of stuff in there, but that would require me to take things off. So, I don't feel like doing that. Huh. The dolls are creepy? That's what I like about them. Excuse me, the dolls are creepy? The dolls are creepy? This is the kind of stuff I make. Of course I like creepy things. They are my children, and I just have a habit of beheading things. This wasn't even on purpose. It just baked like that. Wow. That's enough of that. Where are those at? What do you mean? Where are the clay things? Up there. Next to my bed. It's so the cats don't knock them over by accident. Yeah, sir, sir ma'am, you watch my videos and you don't know? You don't know? Oh no, my stand is all the way over there. I need to go grab. Huh. Hello, Carl. I did make those. Wait, let me see if I can find them. I did make pee-pee rings. Not those kinds of pee-pee rings. Let me see if I can find them. Where are they at? Where's my box of beads? Aha, I found them. I have them. If you could, would you go to VidCon? No. Why would I? Behold. Behold. Let me put these on. Behold. The pee-pee rings. Pee-pee. Whoa, why did my green screen turn on? Jesus. Pee-pee. Yeah, that's what I hate about going live, is the fact that my lives are so glitchy. I hate it. I also have a pee-pee pin. He's a little bent, but that's okay, that's normal. Yeah, but if I had the option to go to VidCon, I'd say no. That's not my, and because I just don't like it. Imagine flipping someone off with that ring. It's like saying fuck you, but twice. Why do you look so down, bud? Why what? Why the pee-pee ring or why the VidCon? Boobs. Flowers on them. Because why not? That's by far one of the tamest things you can see on the internet. You have not seen the internet if you think that's bad. And it's also because I can't go live at night because I speak too goddamn loud. And everyone's speaking, but my Wi-Fi would probably be better because 8 people wouldn't be using it at the same time. But unfortunately, that's just what we're gonna have to deal with. If flavored lube exists, if candy cane peepees exist, it really is not that surprising. I literally made a joke on April Fool's Day this year about chocolates shaped like genitalia, so. And they're very good, by the way. I like chocolate. The title of this was supposed to be working, but I'm not even working. I'm just yapping. Let me bring back the music. The chocolates. Why? Why are you so scared? Why are you scared of the chocolates? Scared? The chocolates and the pee-pee lollipops. The chocolates and the lollicocks. I'm too lazy to do that. Lollicocks is beautiful. Lens, what the fuck are you doing here? I'm glad I'm glad that's what you came in on. I'm glad lollicocks is where you entered in. Sorry, I'm pinning that. Hello, socks. I have like 5 different laughs, and they're all goofy. Hi, lemon. Also, lemons. Oh wait, no, never mind. I'm thinking of somebody else. Sorry, I was thinking of somebody else. Huh. How are you? Stop! Lollicocks, I love that. Hopefully I don't get in trouble. Who voiced Grin? It's in the description of the video. You can find him there. No, they're temporary tattoos. I do want to get a real one day. This is supposed to last 2 weeks. Well, too bad. Learn how to read. If you can't read, you're gonna die. That's another thing too. So many people are becoming illiterate or refusing to read or refusing to teach the future generation how to read. And they don't realize how fucking up the future generations. Because if you can't bother to read, like, because people like that will type like 2 sentences, and then people will be like, I'm not reading all that. It's 2 fucking sentences. And if you took the time to use Google. No, but reading is a skill that you need. And it does the shit out of me when people are like, I don't want to read it. I'm not talking about you, by the way, because I feel like that was just a joke. I'm talking about people who actually are like, I don't want to read. I'm talking about those people. Because it just annoys me. Just like the whole, the curtains are blue because the author is depressed thing. It annoys the shit out of me. And you know what's funny about that? I don't read. I'm not a reader. At all. I don't read books. The only stuff I read is my own. Even when I had assignments to read books, I just skimmed it. So I'm not even a reader. And yet I seem more understanding about reading than a lot of other people do. And that surprises me. So, that's a lot. I think the only reason why is because I do a shit ton of research, and that requires reading. So. Are we talking about dick sizes? If anything is above like 4 or 5 inches, get it away from me. because the pee-pee can do actual damage to my body. Anything above like 10, 12 or anything is gonna fucking kill you. So, like, get that away from me. I don't want. That, and I've had experience with that, like, harming the inside of my body, so I hate it. What's your character's love language? Insulting each other? Do people not understand that genitalia can actually causes damage every time it goes in there? 11 is not seemingly good. If you want less damage anyway to your internal body, to the inside of your body. It's not gonna kill you. It's not gonna feel, it might hurt though. Yeah. Also, stay kids. Don't do that. don't do that on the, don't be hot-headed. Don't jump into that head first. That's a no-no. Also, because I'm having a lot of people come in again, because I had a huge wave of people come in from the Eldridge husband video, and now I'm having a lot of people come in because of like the whole OC submission thing, and people don't know that I'm a trafficking survivor, so that's where that came from. It is harmful things, yes. I am. Usually, I would have shaved it by the time it got over here. And not for any real mental health reason. It used to be. I would pull out my hair. I would pull out chunks of my hair. But, like, that's not a problem anymore. But, so I would just shave my head for fun. I shaved my head strictly for a Halloween costume. It was the best thing ever. Actually, I am seeing how long I can go without shaving my head. This is how long it is right now. So, hee hee. And if I brush it correctly, let me grab a brush. Let me grab a brush. If I grab a brush, I don't style my hair, really. I just let it do whatever. Because the thing is, my hair is straight, wavy, and curly all at the same time. So, it never used to grow out like this. It used to be straight. And then I cut my hair once, and it came out curly. And I cut my hair again, and it came out like this. So. But, it's raining somewhere else. What the heck? So look. If I brush down my hair like this, this is what it looks like. It looks weird. But if I do this, if I add volume, this is called I forgot what it's called actually. See? See the difference in that? This is what I like to my hair to give it volume. So. Yeah, I am a victim of trafficking and cult abuse. But that didn't start until high school. So 13, 14. And then I graduated high school in 2022. So I was out of it already. So the assumed, because we don't really know, what we assumed the goal was that they were going to wait till I was old enough, like 18. I graduated at 17, to take me away, but they didn't. My family had nothing to do with it, by the way. We were living out of my grandparents' house, but when I graduated, we moved back into my grandparents' house. We moved like away from where the group was staying. So I basically escaped by accident, by luck. So that was that. Fine. I asked my therapist, I'm like, how come it seems like I'm not as affected as some other people are? And he said, because you forgot it. Because I didn't remember that any of this stuff happened until after I graduated. So I was like, how come I'm not doing as terrible as some other people? And he goes, well, because you didn't even remember it happened. So, whoopsie. Get that volume. Get that volume. Sorry, you can hear my AC in the back, but it's hot. I'm sweating my dingles. I'm sweating my peepus off. What does it look like to you? It's like a jellyfish. Cause this part of my hair is great, but this part isn't. Does this look like a jellyfish to anybody? I'm having my anime character moment here. I like this, actually. This is how my hair usually is, if it's not wet. It does look like a mushroom too. A very beautiful jellyfish. Thank you. People also think that I'm insecure about my teeth, which I am, but more so the health of it. I'm insecure because I can't eat properly, so I hope my teeth fixed. But I think my teeth are cute. I like my teeth. Unfortunately though, when I get my teeth fixed, I have to get rid of my fangs. And that makes me sad. Might. Hopefully not. It is called a jellyfish cut, right? Let me look. I don't know, a wolf cut is different, isn't it? Jellyfish cut. Huh, I accidentally put jellyrish. Jellyrish cut. Is it? Wait, let me look up wolf cut too. I'm not into hair either, so I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's a mix of the two. Because I think it's a mix of jellyfish and wolf. Because my hair doesn't really look like this exactly. Also, bye lemons. And then there's jellyfish cut. which is like this. So maybe it's a mix of, maybe it's both. Maybe it's a mix of both. No, but I didn't expect to get so many submissions on like the first day. So somebody asked, how many are you going to do? That depends on how many I have by the time the deadline hits. Jelly wolf cut? Is that a thing? I'm gonna see if that's a thing. Wait. I'm gonna see if that's a thing. Jelly wolf cut. Is that a thing? I can tell if it's a thing. Maybe, but it doesn't seem like Jelly Wolf has ever been used. I'm stealing that. Why is my green screen on? Hello? Do you read all of the submissions? I haven't looked at all of them yet because when I first started, I looked at like the first like 10 that I had, and then when I checked back, I was already in the 40s. So I'm kind of waiting. I check occasionally and I just skim just to see, but I'm kind of waiting for the deadline to hit before I look at all of them, because it's more fun that way, and because the way I'm going to choose is I'm going to spin a wheel with all the numbers on it, and I'm going to let the wheel decide what numbers I'm going to do, and I'll pick from there. Because it's more fun like that. And it seems like I might be getting close to 100 submissions, so that wheel is going to be really useful. I'm also deciding on how many I'm going to do, but then again, that depends on how many I get. So I'm actually going to check how many responses I have. Yep, I have 112. So people were asking too. Yes, gacha OCs are fine. Fandom OCs are fine. Like, as long as you made it, it's fine. The Sims, use dress-up games. Traditional art, digital art. Collage, a picture of you. Anything, as long as it's your character. Okay? Somebody sent in a submission with TF2 Sniper, and it was glorious. I loved it. Which ones have you read so far? Only like the first, like, I haven't read them. I haven't looked at some of the images, but I've only looked at like the first 40. If you go to my most recent short, it has the links to the Q&A form and the OC submission form. I'm going to be drawing people's OCs and turning it into long form content. Porn mascot OCs? Like, what do you mean? Like your own OC? Cause I draw porn of my OCs that are adults. So, if it's not your OC, then I'm not counting it. And also because this is, I state in the form that's not for NSFW. The OC by itself, yes, but not like the art. Like no NSFW art. What do you mean you can't stuff like that? What does that mean? You can't draw stuff like that, or you don't stuff like that? Or both? Then why did you ask? Also, is it your OC or not your OC? Because I saw you say no earlier, but I'm confused. I mean, I could look through them now, but I'm trying really hard to hold myself back from looking at them because I want to wait. I want to wait. Well, my OC, I make porn of my OCs, but they're not porn OCs. They're just OCs who happen to be adults who do adult things sometimes. So, if you're talking about an OC that's like exclusively only for 18 plus art, then I guess that's what you mean. But like, an OC that's an NSFW occasionally isn't like a porn OC. Plus, well, some of my character designs are just sexy, but they're never used in porn. So, what would you call that? Some OCs I have just to be eye candy. That's how it be sometimes. I mean, I look for references when I draw things anymore. No, they don't have to be humanoid. I take pictures of myself. I use myself as reference. I take pictures of myself naked as reference. So, I mean, people are like, "Oh my god, you take selfies of yourself in the nude for references?" Yeah, because it's the fastest way to do it. And I'm tired of looking for references that I could never find. So I just made my own. I just myself. Just did it myself. Hey, it's a win-win. Don't use AI. Evidence booster. I look good. Nobody's seeing those photos but me anyway. Well, yeah, it's normal. I know it is. But some people act like it's, like, blasphemous. So. Yeah, take a nap. Go take a nap, you. I've never used Pinterest before. I've only Google. And if not, I just use my own selfies. I've never used Pinterest. I've never used Wattpad. I've never used Tumblr. So, I've never used Facebook. I don't like Pinterest. Pinterest just seems like another Google. And every time I tried to use Pinterest, it would never give me what I wanted, no matter how specific I was with it. But I've never really used Pinterest. I've never used Tumblr. I've never used Wattpad. I've never used Facebook. So I've never used Twitter. So, well, yeah. How else do you get references? There's no shame in looking up references like that. There's modeling specifically for that. There's modeling specifically for that kind of thing. I don't watch stuff like that though because I can't take it seriously. I can't take it seriously. It just looks dumb. I'm asexual. I have little to no sexual attraction. I can't take sex seriously because I'm not into it. If I do ever engage in that, it's like audio. Because if I look at it, I'm just going to be laughing at it for like 5 minutes. You kind of like it. Me? I kind of like what? Huh? Oh, people are still... I can see the submissions rising up as I'm looking at it. Stop! No, stop, please. Continue adding. Continue adding submissions, please. This is great. Plus, I'm porn. But you draw it. Like, no, I'm not talking about that. I just don't like watching it. Because it looks stupid. It looks dumb. I can't take it seriously. It looks dumb. I just laugh at it because I can't look and take it seriously. But you have time to watch me yap about unimportant things. You could draw a stick figure. That counts as an OC. You don't even have to draw it. You can just like go on to like a dress-up game or something and just make one off of that. It's going up. Draw yourself. Why not? In my universe, stickmen are literally a species. So I do whatever I want. I do what I want. Stickmen are literally a species in my world. I applaud myself for that. You should expect my OC in 3 to 5 business days. Alright. Yeah, one of my main characters is a stickman. $115. That's on the low end of submissions, but it's still a lot. The universal character species? Yes. Made that 116 one. I've never been on Newgrounds either. It's something people also seem to be surprised by is the fact that I've never Newgrounds. Kit? No. I just draw them as a stick figure because it's fun. But they're not a stick figure. There's also the Q&A form too that's also linked in the same comment as the submission link. If you want to do that too. I'm gonna check how many submissions I have on there. Yeah, where's B? Where did B go? Where's that bitch at? No, I'm just kidding. I come here from Grin. Yeah, well, I'm not gonna... I'm not really gonna make content about Grin. Google! I'm sorry, guys. This has turned from me working and yapping to just me yapping. Sorry. We don't talk about Bruno. That's not Google, it's Goggle. That's not Google. That's Goggle. Goggle. Goggle, goggle, Google. Goggle, goggle, Google, Google. That's a tongue twister. Goggle, goggle, Google, Google. That's one hell of a tongue twister. Google giggles. Diddle. We don't talk about Goggle. I remember when I went to Disney World for competition and we were on our way. We were doing a Moana medley, which was a mashup of Moana songs. And on the way there, we found out that we couldn't use music. So my uncle, who's the vocal coach, we had to make up an a cappella on the bus ride there. And we nailed it. We went semi-viral, not really. Nailed it. We got one of the highest scores. So that just reminded me of that. When I was in theater, people assumed that I was getting special attention because I was the niece of the vocal coach, but I was background all the time. I think the only time I ever really got a main role was when I was younger, which was one of the narrators in Winnie the Pooh and the Djinn in Aladdin, and that's it. And I was I wasn't even in middle school yet. I was 10. After that, I mainly worked. My mom was the prop master. I mainly worked in the background as like multiple characters, making sure that the younger actors were okay and that they followed instructions, helping make the props and helping make sure that the props were where they were, you know, stuff like that, costume stuff, you know, all that kind of stuff. So there's that. I think my singing is kind of lost on me. I haven't done anything professionally. I haven't even done one of my uncle's recitals in years. So I mean, I'd sing something, but I don't know what. I don't know what I would sing aside from random lines from songs. Diddy is a cult. He is a full cult. I think that's why it was so annoying and hard for me to research about Diddy, because it reminded me so much of my own thing. And I can't believe people were denying it too. I'm like, excuse me, the evidence is there. The fuck you mean Diddy didn't do anything? Now I wanna sing. But I don't know what. That and my AC's in the background. People are denying that Diddy did anything. They're the same people who think Andrew Tate wasn't trafficking people. So, I don't know. My faith in humanity has something. Bro, it's been dropping since forever. Faith has just been gone. I can sing Fukona Girl, but it's not gonna be good because that song, the singer, their style of singing is intentional voice cracking, but also it's a very high song for me, and I'm an alto. I have sang it, not on here, just in my own time, but it wouldn't be very good. I don't have confidence in me to sing that. I can hit the notes if I try really hard, but that's every once in a while. And because I don't like singing without my headphones on, I hate listening to myself when I sing. So if I don't have headphones on, I'm just gonna be super nervous. I can growl. Not growl like that, just like add growl to like my vocals. Not like metal screaming or anything. And I'm asking why, Lord. You know what's funny? I have several music playlists, but I'm so bad at organizing my music playlist that 90% of it isn't even music. It's videos that I find online that I save for later. Okay, goodbye. And my uncle is a Filipino, so the way he would teach us how to sing, like, no pretty singing. Sing like you making doo-doo. Because you sing from your stomach, not here. That's gonna hurt your chords. So don't sing from here, that's gonna hurt. It's not, there's only like a few songs that I'm confident in my singing ability in. And they're all from musicals. I don't know what that is. I don't know Filipino language. I don't know Tagalog or anything. So Bebo, bebo, beb. Bebo, bebo, beb, bebo, bebo, beb. Okay. Writing and I'm failing. I was originally supposed to be writing, but I ended up not doing that. Use spam and I'm getting rid of you. Excuse-moi. Okay, I'm removing you. I am removing. Okay. There we go. Yeah. Oh yeah, that doesn't exactly mean he was singing healthily. See, I want to sing, but the thing is, I hate singing without my headphones in. But then, you're not gonna be able to hear the music, so. That or Michael Bublé. I used to say Michael Bubble, because I didn't know how the fuck you were supposed to pronounce his last name. Uh, so I used to say Michael Bubble, but then I found out it's like Bublé or something. Michael Bublé. So, there's that. Birds flying high. Weird hobby, not gonna lie. Hey guys, let's spam chat. Yeah, I don't like people who do that. Unless it's like Twitch, where it's like a raid. Like, that's the exception. But, like, what is the pinned comment? It's one of my friends. We were making a joke because I made a video about chocolates, but they were chocolate, female genitalia. And I said lollycocks. And my friend said it was a great word, so I pinned it. You know, lollipops, but they're pee-pee shaped. I could sing if you guys wanted that, but I'm loud. And I don't know if I can do it without my headphones on because I get nervous. But I want to! What the fuck? I'm afraid I might blow people's eardrums out. And because my streams are laggy, not exactly the best singing experience. If my streams are lagging all the time and glitchy. So. I do know that song, but I'm not gonna sing it. I've only gone, aside from my titles and like my performing arts group, I only went to Disney World for competition twice. But I wasn't really any of the main singers for that. I don't wanna. I'm free. I know the lyrics to I'm Never Gonna Give You Up. But I'm not singing that either, so don't expect that. Yeah, but like, I don't want to have my headphones in and then you guys not be able to hear any of the music. Unless I swallow my pride and just sing it without my headphones on. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. Never gonna run around. What is love? Baby, me. Don't hurt me no more. Sorry. Not the Rickroll. I'm not gonna sing it. I'm not gonna sing it. You're not gonna. You can't make. Is it? Yeah, it's like, it's only 6 p.m. for me. I'm trying to figure out what song to sing because I haven't warmed up vocals today. And now the end is near, and so I face the final curtain. Hide and seek? You mean like that one song where it's like ding dong, I know you can hear me, open up the door? That one? Damn, is that? No, they're fake. They're temporary. I do not appreciate that joke because I have seen animal death. I don't appreciate that joke. No. I don't know Spanish either, but I know what that song is. When the rhythms start to play, dance with me. No, I can help, I'm Mexican. How would you help me when you can't say anything? Okay. Do you guys know has anyone ever heard of the musical Waitress? Has anyone heard of the musical Waitress? If not, that's okay. I only know a bit of Beckett. I don't know anything. English is my only real language that I know. And I tried Chinese and I failed. And I'm not even good at speaking English. Is that from Random Encounters? Is that the Body's Basic musical you're referring to? Because that's the only one I watched. Oh, I want to put my headphones in so bad. Don't want to listen to myself. But then you guys won't be able to hear the music. And then I'd feel bad. What is this? This is dumb. Are you guys okay with headphones? Are you guys okay with music at all? Has at least heard about Hamilton? Yeah? I never bothered with Epic. I'm not into Epic, but I was into Hamilton. May she always by your side to your union. I'm sorry, guys. I can't do it. I need my headphones in. I'm sorry. You're not gonna be able to hear it. Shit. I was afraid it was going to connect to my phone for a second. That depends who was asking. Well, sure, sir. I'm Alexander Hamilton. I'm at your service, sir. Looking for you. I'm getting nervous, sir. Don't give me a dove call. I haven't warmed up my vocal cord. I cannot speak. I haven't warmed up my vocal cords today. So I'm sorry. You're gonna hear lots of voice cracking. And also, you're not gonna be able to hear the music. Maybe if I'm confident enough in the future, I'll do it without my headphones on. But hey, baby steps. Baby steps. Fine, I'll sing. I will sing. Going to, but I shall sing. So if you don't know, there is a musical called Waitress. It's about a lady who bakes pies and stuff, and she gets pregnant suddenly, and that's not what the whole thing's about, but that's like the main thing. And then there's this song about it, kinda. It's called She Used to Be Mine. I've sung at recitals, but I haven't sung it in a while. So sorry, you're not gonna be able to hear the music, but you are gonna be able to hear me. So. Yeah. Ah, my phone stand almost fell off! I almost pushed my phone stand off the edge. So how laggy has it been for you guys, my stream? Just asking, how laggy has my stream been for like the past 10 minutes? Just asking so I know. Has it been like super bad? Or just how it normally is? Like the occasional just... 1 frame per minute. I do hope to get a computer one day that isn't an old Chromebook so I can stream on there without having to worry about Wi-Fi. Yeah. That's what I thought, because I'm like, I don't know if I want to sing, because then you wouldn't really be able to hear me for like... You wouldn't be able to hear me for like 90% of it. Well, usually I live in a family house with like 8 people. People are using the Wi-Fi at the same time. So it's pretty laggy. The normal would be, it's just, you know, the occasional in and out audio. Yeah, that's something I've just kind of had to deal with all of my lives. It's not really something I can fix. So that's why I really want to get a computer so I can not have to worry about Wi-Fi like that. Because I have one, but it's an old school Chromebook from middle school. So that it's held up this long is impressive, but it's very slow, and I can't really do anything on it aside from watch YouTube and type. So I don't know if I want to sing then, because I'd be lagging out for like half of it. Well, that makes me sad. Now I'm sad because I don't think I can sing without it being super laggy every 5 minutes. I'm second guessing myself. I just don't want to make your guys' ears bleed. I also turned off the AC so you guys could hear me better. Because the AC is pretty loud, but I sweat all the time. So. I mean, I can still sing it, but my Wi-Fi is not gonna like it, probably. Yeah, unless y'all are fine with half audio. When I sing in my room, I'm always like nervous, but my grandparents are like, we had to deal with your uncle singing all the time. It's fine. Who is texting me on Discord? I don't have time right now. I can't answer back. Well, I could, but I don't want to. And some people have said that, like, some people are like crashing and stuff. So, I don't know. Yeah, I have a Discord. Not a server, just a Discord. I've always had a Discord. Well, I have a server, but I stopped linking it. I have a server. I just stopped linking it. I can share it. It's not a private server. I just stopped linking it in my videos because the links were being weird. I can start linking it again though. For like community post or something. Just know though, you have to be 16 and up if you want to be in it, because for obvious reasons. I'm 20. So like I don't want to be talking to 14-year-olds. But yeah, I can link it. You might see the link in some of my older videos, but I don't know if they'll work. So. Should I still sing? I don't know if I should sing. I'm worried about the audio quality. Should we go back and hug younger me after witnessing such horrors? I'm going to. You guys aren't going to hear the music, so I guess this counts as a cappella. Not really, because I'm listening to music and singing it, but you guys can't hear it. So who's the wiser? This is what it is, by the way. Waitress. The song is called She Used to Be Mine. It's one of the only songs I have confidence in singing. Okay. Y'all are getting an acapella because you can't hear the music. Okay, I will. Give me a second for my computer to load. If you might be able to hear the music a little bit from my headphones, but you're not gonna be able to really hear. You're gonna hear me though, cause I'm loud as fuck. Okay, and I haven't warmed up my vocals, so please don't be mean to me. Creeper. Oh man. No, I don't know any Elvis songs. If I have heard an Elvis song, I don't know the lyrics. Anyway, I'm gonna start, so I'm not gonna be looking at the chat. I just noticed this song's length is 420. Anyway. I haven't warmed up my vocal cords, so I guess this is my vocal warm-up. I shall start in 3, 2, 1. I will not be looking at the chat, mind you. Ooh, wait. Is this side of my headphones working? Okay, it is. Sorry. Nerve. It's not simple to say that most days I don't recognize me, but these shoes and this apron, the place and its patrons have taken more than I gave them. It's not easy to know I'm not anything like I used to be, although it's true I was never attention center. I still remember that girl. She's imperfect, but she tries. She is good, but she lies. She is hard on herself. She is broken and won't ask for help. She is messy, but she's kind. She is lonely most of the time. She is all this mixed up and baked in a beautiful pie. She is gone, but she used to be mine. And it's not what I asked for. Sometimes life just slips in through the back door. It carves out a person and makes you believe it's all true. And now I've got you. You're not what I asked for. If I'm honest, I would give it all back for a chance to start over and rewrite an ending or two for that girl that I knew who was reckless just enough, who gets hurt but who learns how to toughen up when she's bruised and gets used by a man who can't love. And then she'll get stuck and be scared to bring back the fire in her eyes. Has been gone, but used to be mine. Oh, used to be mine. She is messy, but she is kind. She is lonely most of the time. She is all of this mixed up and baked in a beautiful pie. She is gone, but she used to be mine. I was starting to crack up because this song makes me cry. This song makes me cry, dude. You should have seen my mom. When I sang, I voice cracked a lot, sorry. When I sang this at my uncle's recital, my mom was in tears. My mom was in tears, and I was in tears. We were both bawling our eyes out. And I'm like waterfalls, like streaming down the face. We were fucking bawling our eyes out. How can you see into my eyes like open doors? Sorry. Leading you down into my core, where I become so numb. Excuse me. That's the trash can. Sorry, my cat is in the trash can. There's only like a tissue in there, but there's only a tissue in there. What's my second favorite place for my cats to sit? Dark corners and the trash can. Without a soul, where? Wait. That just reminded me. That reminded me. Wait, I remembered something. My spirit sleeping somewhere cold until find it there in me. I love Amy Lee's voice. It's beautiful like butter. It's smooth like butter. Beautiful like the sun. But then I also remember Amy Lee did a cover of Sally's song. And it's like my favorite cover of it. Her voice is just so good. I have not listened to Evanescent music in a while. Mainly because I just forgot. But I like their music. Excuse me. My cats are being dumb, guys. Are your cats dumb? Are your pets dumb? Mine are. Mine are annoying little babies. Wow. Cutely tweaking out while talking. I love tweaking. I sense there's something in the wind that feels like tragedies at hand. And though I'd like to stand by him, can't shake this feeling that I have. The worst is just around the bend. And does he know It's not to be. What will become of my dear friend? Where will his actions lead us then? Although I'd like to join the crowd in their enthusiastic cloud, try as I may, it doesn't last. And will we ever end up together? Ooh. Sally's song is one of my favorite songs ever. The Nightmare Before Christmas is one of my favorite movies ever. It's a good movie, I like. It's never to become, for I am not the one. I do not know that song. If that's an actual song, I'm pretty sure there's songs actually named that. I'm sure they exist. Wake me up inside. I can't wake up inside, save me. Sorry, cause I'm thinking about this, that song just came into my brain. The themes of that song. Gossip by, like, how do you say their name? Manskin? Whatever, however you pronounce it. I forgot how. Come on and save me from the dark. Huh. How can you see into my eyes like open doors? Needing you down into my core, where I've become so numb without a soul. Yeah, that one. I don't know how to pronounce it though. My spirit's sleeping somewhere cold until you find it there and meet it. How do you pronounce it? No, I don't listen to Mitsuki. I know who she is, though. Who she is, I don't listen to her. Bye, boy. Bye. Bye. Main skin? Okay. It's main, right? Mine? Main? Main skin? Is that how it is? If it is... How do you pronounce it? I know of their songs, though. Yeah. Ooh, I spelled gossip wrong. They cover shit under the rug. Yeah, so I said it main skin. I said it right. I said it right. My cat is sleeping. She has to deal with me being loud. Sorry. Sorry about that. No, but I was right the first time then. If it's main skin, if the first word is main. I almost said mind skin. I've heard some of their songs. Come to the city of lies, where everything's got a price. Gonna be your new favorite place. Could be a movie star and get everything you want. Just put some plastic on your face. This place is a circus, you just see the surface. They cover shit under the rug. You can't see the faking, they'll never be naked. Just fill your drink and this is the American dream. So sip the gossip, drink till you choke. Sip the gossip, burn down your throat. You're not iconic, you are just like them all. It's a good song. Minecraft. The amount of Minecraft parody songs that I listen to, like on a daily basis, is concerning. Including the Psycho Girl. Including that series. I was raised on that series. She raised me. That and I Has Cupquake. Keep drinking and acting cool. Don't care if your day is blue. Nobody loves a gloomy face. Jack feels and dance all night. Don't take it as advice. I am Steve. They cover shit under the rug. You can't see they're faking. They'll never be naked. Just fill your drink with tonic gin. This is the American dream. So sip the gossip. Drink till you choke. Sip the gossip. Burn down your throat. You're not iconic. You are just like them all. Don't act like you don't know. So sip the gossip. Drink till you choke. Sip the gossip. Burn down your throat. You're not iconic. You are just like them all. I didn't watch the Minecraft movie and I don't plan to. Not because I have anything against it, I just don't really care to see it. I just don't really care to see it. As someone who's been playing Minecraft since it came out. That and I don't know, I have confused opinions about Jack Black. Not as an actor, just as a person. But he is a guy, I'm stupid though. Cupquake, yep. I has Cupquake, Dan TDM, what is his name? What is his name? I Ballistic Squid. Who was that other guy? Stampy Longhead. I Want to Be Your Slave. I like that song too. Probably. Maybe there's probably a law against it. Stampy Longlegs, I Ballistic Squid, Dan TDM, I Has Cupquake, Sky Does Minecraft. We don't talk about Sky though. They've gone down the drain. Who else was there? You know, Deadlocks. You know, all those people. I think the only person I still really watch is like I Has Cupquake and NTDM. Mainly because I just grew out of it, but also because some of those people are like, some of the Minecraft YouTubers are like not good people anymore. Sad day for us. Popular MMOs, yeah! And then he got arrested at some point. And like the divorce and everything. It was wild. It's wild catching up on all the lore. Yeah, he's a lot of people have gone down the drain. I've never watched PewDiePie. I don't like PewDiePie. I just don't like him, really. Not for any, like, deep reason. Just don't really like him. Captain Sparkle, I never really watched him, but I knew about him. I don't really watch many YouTubers nowadays. I kind of just stick to the same, like, videos over and over. It's crazy. I watch, cause I don't really watch many VTubers, like, at all. Really watch many YouTubers, really. Only, like, a select few. So. Most of the time, what I'm watching is, like, creepypasta AMVs with Nicotine by Panic at the Disco playing in the background. That's usually what I'm watching. Or like Angel of Darkness, but in Daycore. Yeah, Dan TDM and iHas Cupquake are like chill. They're just chill. I mean, the ones that I listed still chillin'. But a lot of other Minecraft YouTubers like went down the drain. Like some people just people kind of just went off and did their own thing and aren't as popular, and there's nothing wrong with that. Some people prefer it that way. Oh my god. The submissions are still going up. I just looked back at my computer screen. Holy stromboli. Honestly, if I already have so many, I could just end it now. I could just end the thing now. But at the same time, I don't want to. Because there are some people who are, there's 119, but I know that there are some people who are still working on their OCs who want to submit, so that's why I'm going to wait to the deadline. The deadline's May 8th, so. Also, I have to go because I have been submitting a lot of audition stuff recently, and I need to go in order to see if I made it on any cast lists. So. This is nice, though. So. I have to leave. It's still at 119. I have to leave because I have to check stuff. But this is cool. So, yeah. I need to check because I'm getting notifications now that they're doing casting calls and callbacks and stuff, and I need to make sure I'm there for that. So, I will do this again. I'm gonna do this again at like some point. Not tomorrow or like this week because this is a lot, but the deadline is stated in the video, in the pinned comment. It's May 8th. Also, thank you. I shall